Hi everyone, my name is Mare and welcome to my Flosstube number 13. Today is Sunday, December 1st. Happy December. Can you even believe that it's December already? I mean, where is this year gone? It's crazy. I feel like the older you get, the faster time goes by. My family and I were just decorating the tree last night and we were like saying, didn't we just do this yesterday? It feels like we just decorated the tree. Time goes by so quickly. Um, so this is Flosstube number 13. This is going to be a November wrap up, and I'm going to discuss some of my 2025 plans. I normally start my videos with previous FFOs, but I have about 20 to 25 previous Christmas fully finished items. So I decided I'm going to do a separate video, like a Flosstube extra, just showing you all of my past Christmas fully finishes. You can see some of them on the tree here. I will give you, in that video, I will give you all the information about all of this. I've got a bunch of ornaments and some non-ornaments, like there's some up here. You'll see some flat folds, and I have some wall hangings and things like that. So I'll go over that in a Flosstube extra. I actually already filmed that, so I will upload that maybe some later this week. I was going to do it over the weekend, but with the Jingle Ball happening, I don't think anybody's going to be watching Flosstube on the weekend. I know I'm not going to be watching Flosstube over the weekend. I'll be attending the Jingle Ball as much as I can. As long as I'm awake, I'll be attending Jingle Ball. So I might upload that one on this coming Thursday. Um, so there's no previous FFOs, but I do have some current FOs. So I'll get right to it, get started. So this one is No Tricks, Just Treats by Primrose Cottage Stitches. This pattern was in their Halloween Sip and Stitch box from this year. I believe I showed this to you as an FO last video, and I've now fully finished it. The box came with all the things that you needed to finish it. So the Sip and Stitch box came with the fabric, the backing fabric. I slit the hole. It came with the wool that I slit a hole to stuff it, and I sewed up the hole, and then I put the felts on the back that they supplied. And they also supplied the rickrack. I was really nervous about stitching that rickrack on this, but I think I did a pretty good job. I was nervous that I wasn't going to get it straight, but I think I did pretty good. Except you can see, like right here, what would you call that? Like the under humps of the rickrack. I don't know what you would call that, but you can see some of them poking through because it's not quite straight, but it's not bad. It's pretty decent. And then the kit also came with some charms, so I just put this one on the front of the pillow. And I stuffed it. It's a little lumpy. I did stuff it as much as I possibly could. I think I used half a bag of buffalo. It's called buffalo snow, which is basically the same thing as fiberfill. It's just a polyester stuffing type thing, and I used like half a bag. So I mean, it's a little lumpy, but I think it'll kind of work itself out after a while. So I really, really love this one. I stitched this one on a 25 count dovetail by Forbidden Fiber Co. I used all the floss that came in the Sip and Stitch box. And yeah, I'm so happy with this one. Now I get to put it away, and I didn't get to display it this year because I think I fully finished this one just before Halloween. And so now I get to put it away, and it'll be ready to display for next year. And then my other fully finished object since the last time I filmed is another one from the Sip and Stitch box. This was the third pattern that came in the box, and was just a little mini Quaker. I stitched it on the same 25 count fabric as the one I just showed you, and I used the same, I had some leftover fabric that came in the box, so I used that as a backing fabric, and then I put the mini pom-pom trim around it. I'm really loving mini pom-pom right now. And then I used mini pom for a hanger. And this was just, this display piece actually came from my friend Barb. I think it said like Happy Fall on it. And so it was perfect, just the perfect fit for this little piece. And so now this is a ornament I can hang on my tree, my Halloween tree next year. Let's see, the next one is another one that I had shown you as a finish in my last video. And this one is Hilde's Brew by Bendy Stitchy. I think in my last video I said that I stitched it on a 14 count, but it's actually an 18 count that I hand dyed myself. And that's why this one is so much smaller than the Hilde's Hayride that I had stitched and framed, because that one was stitched on a 14 count, this one was stitched on an 18 count, so it is a lot smaller. And I stitched it with all the called for colors. This was a, what is it, thread? It's a variegated floss, Threadworks is what the border is, and then the smoke is a, what is that floss? I can't think of it now. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. I had to pause because my son is driving. He's on his way back to college, and he was texting just to say that he stopped to take a break, and so I just wanted to check my text. But while I was pausing, I did look up that floss, and it's Etoile, DMC Etoile. So it's kind of sparkly. And then the trim is a white chenille yarn that I dyed with a purple Rit dye. And there's my backing fabric. So I'm really happy with how this one came out. I think it is so cute, and I look forward to hanging it on my Halloween tree next year. So those were my fully finishes. Here is my calendar. This is for November. So the green is when I filmed my last Flosstube. I don't know if I said this is Flosstube number 13, but I filmed Flosstube number 12 on November 16th. And I'm just going to go in order of what I've stitched on since then. So I stitched Bittersweet Trio. This one I showed, I think I might have, did I show it last time? I'm not sure, but this is by Waxing Moon Designs. And I have finished the fox. This is on a DMC. It's a fabric that I got from Michaels. It's one of those, it's a 14 count, and they have like different colors. It's like it's a printed fabric, and it's like, it has oranges and yellow. They have other fabrics like this. They have a purple one and maybe a blue one. But this piece I started in, I want to say 2022, and this is the first time I've touched it this year. I don't even know if I touched it at all in 2023, but so I'm very happy to at least have one done. And now this is going to go away until next year, and I don't know if I'll start the squirrel or the crow, but I do eventually want to stitch all of these. So I'm just counting that one as a finish for now, because I finished one of them, but it's still on my whip list for 2022. So I worked on that for a couple of days, And then I had a new start. This one is called Joy to the World by the Camping Stitcher. And wow, that is really getting blown out. It's in black and white. I tried to print it in color, and even though I have new ink in there, it's not working. So my husband said we actually need to run like a cleaning, there's a cleaning function that you can run. But unfortunately, when you do that, it uses a ton of ink. So I actually ordered myself a tablet today. There was a Black Friday sale. So I was able to get a tablet. It's going to come in the middle of the week. I don't normally stitch from PDFs. I much prefer an actual physical pattern, which is why I like printing them out. If I do buy a PDF, I like to print them out. But it uses a lot of ink. My printer, I just bought a package of color and a package of black, and it cost like $70. So it's very expensive, and it doesn't really go very far. So my husband did say that I could probably print it at the library, but the library is 10 minutes away, which is crazy because everything else is so close. But the closest library is probably 10 minutes away, and it's just not convenient. So I ended up getting a tablet, and I can, if I do have to get a PDF, I can download it to the tablet, and then instead of printing it out, I can just stitch from the tablet. And we'll see how that works. Like I said, I normally am a paper pattern person, but I know some designers don't have paper patterns. You know, sometimes if it's something you want right away, then you have to get the PDF. So anyway, this is my progress. So I think I'm about halfway. There's a tree under the bird, there's another deer, the word world, and then this border is repeated down here at the bottom. So I'm about halfway. And there's a few more snowflakes in there, so it's so pretty. I really enjoyed stitching on this one. I'm stitching it on a 18 count Sleeping Bear by Needle and Flax. So hopefully I can, hoping to be able to finish this one up this month. So I stitched on that one for, looks like about 3 days. And then I had another new start. This one is a stitch along. I am joining Sarah of Sarah Stitchery on Flosstube, and it's Sarah Stitchy Reads on Instagram, and also the other Sarah, which I could not think of her Flosstube name the last time, but it's Handmade by Sarah W. I hope I got that right. Handmade by Sarah W. So they started a stitch along for Winter Folk by Hands On Design. And I have the paddle already. I bought that from Jessica at Silver State Stitch Shop. I just need to stain it. And I did buy the autumn pattern because that's the one, like I saw the spring, I was like, it's okay. The summer was okay, but the autumn one I just absolutely fell in love with. I think probably because of the colors. I'm a huge, and I think a lot of stitchers are, a lot of us say that autumn Halloween is our favorite season to stitch. And I think a lot of it has to do with the colors, just the warm autumnal colorway. But I didn't get around to stitching that one in the autumn. So then the Sarahs started this stitch along, and I was like, well, I actually really like that winter one, that winter pattern, so I'm going to join in on the stitch along. And I was having so much fun stitching this. So there are specialty stitches in it. And so that kind of intimidated me, kind of made me a little nervous. I think that might be part of why I put off starting the autumn one. But I have to tell you, the specialty stitches aren't anything crazy. It's just mostly like back stitches, basically back stitches or long stitches. It's nothing really crazy. Very easy to do, and you can, I guess, I haven't watched it yet, but Kathy of Hands On Design, she's the designer of this. She has a video tutorial on how to do these specialty stitches. But like I said, I was really enjoying this one. Normally, my limit is like 5 days on a piece, but I actually went 6 days on this one and had to force myself to stop because I needed to get stitching on some other things. So this is on a 32 count Lugana by Bestitch Me, and it's called Not Another Sampler. So I don't know, not quite halfway, maybe a third or a little more than a third of the way done. So I am really enjoying this one. It's so much fun. And it's been pretty quick, pretty easy to stitch. But I'm probably not going to pull this one out again until January, because I do have a lot of ornaments and a lot of Christmas stitching that I want to get done. I stitch a lot of ornaments for friends and family, and I barely even started, so I've got to get going on that. Because a lot of them I mail out too, so I probably have maybe 2 weeks before I have to get them out in the mail. So I spent 6 days on that one, and then I had another new start and a finish. So this, I subscribed to the World of Cross Stitching magazine for a couple of years. I don't get it any longer, but those magazines came with, or they still do, they come with a free kit. So I'm not sure which issue this one was. I'm guessing it was a winter. Well, it says 2021 on it, so it was probably like a winter 2021 issue. But it's Rockin Robin Card Kit, so it comes with everything. The snowflake, the Ada, the floss. The floss, I don't know what kind of floss they used, but it is amazing. It is so soft. And then it came with that card with the red polka dots and an envelope. So I was able to stitch this one up in maybe a day and a half. And I put interfacing on the back and then glued it to the card. And I did just like they did, the fringe on the side, and then I attached I think I was supposed to put this snowflake a little lower, and then, yeah, that was really fun. I'm going to hold on to the chart because I'm hoping to get more of these stitched this year, but I don't know. We'll see what kind of time I have. Then my next one was a whip. I pulled out this old, well, it's not old. I pulled out this whip from earlier. I don't know when I started this. Maybe it was in October or earlier in November. But this one is We Give Thanks by Calico Confectionary. And I'm just stitching this one on a 14 count Ada with the called for DMC. And this is as far as I got. So I didn't have much. Last time I showed it to you, I think it was in my last video, I had I think I had the We and the Give and some of this. I had the star and some of the border, but since this last time I shared it, I stitched the word thanks, I extended the border, I did this star, and then I did the lady. And I started working on, she's holding a pie, so I started working on the pie. Her eyes, the called for is 322, which I did not have. It's a darker blue. So I didn't want to have an eyeless lady, so I just grabbed. I had this color, kind of like a teal color, from another project sitting next to me, so I just used that. But I don't. It looks kind of weird. I don't like it, so I got to rip her eyes out, and that didn't sound good. I got to frog her eyes out, and I will find. I'm sure I have that color somewhere, probably in another project, and I will restitch her eyes. But yeah. But this one is probably going to go away for the year, um, until next year. But I stitched on that one for about 2 days at the end of the month, and then I had another new start. So in the month of November, I had 9 starts and 7 finishes. So I'm kind of, in the previous 2 months, I think I had more finishes than starts, which is really great because I'm trying to get my whip count down. But this month I did have more starts than finishes, but that's okay. So I started. So I'm attending the Jingle Ball next weekend, and I did buy one class, and that is Tiny Modernists Gingerbread House. So I got a late start on this. I should have started this sooner, but I don't have a whole lot of progress yet. But that's as far as I've gotten. So just the outline of the house so far, the front part of the house, and then I have 2 sides and the back to go. This fabric is really, really old fabric. It's a 16 count Ginny Thompson flower thread. It's a 16, well, that's the sticker on this, so I don't know if that's like the dyer of the fabric, or I know Ginny Thompson flower thread is like, I always thought it was just like a stitching thread, but it's called Prairie Grain. It's pretty old fabric. I think my friend Amanda had gifted this to me last year. And then these are most of the called for colors. I was missing some. I haven't put them on floss drops yet, but these are the colors. So very pretty. Definitely Gingerbread House colors, I think. And then these floss tags are, they're cards, like playing cards that it's actually a memory game that I purchased from Target in their dollar spot. And I just punched holes in it, and I thought these were great for, you know, totally on theme for the gingerbread house. So yeah, that one, I'm definitely not going to have this one done in time for the finishing class, but I'm going to work on it all week, and as much as I can. It's going to be a really crazy, busy work week. I'm actually supposed to be working today because on Tuesday, I'm going to be helping out. My company is sponsoring a Habitat for Humanity, so I'm going to be spending most of my day helping at a house less than 4 miles from here. And normally I would be I wouldn't have to make up that time because it is a work-sponsored event, but because it's the first week of the month, when we have deadlines like every single day. So I'm supposed to work today because, well, they didn't tell me I have to work, but I myself am saying I need to work because I don't want to fall too far behind, because I am going to miss like 8 hours, 7, 6, whatever hours of work on Tuesday. So I wanted to get a few hours of work in today, and it's already 4 o'clock, and I have to make dinner, so I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so then I had another new start and a finish. And this one is, I don't have the cover photo for this one, This one was from a magazine. It's a Just Cross Stitch. It was a Christmas issue magazine from many years ago. I don't have the date of the magazine. It's a magazine that my sister had, and I just took a photocopy of it. All I can tell you is that it was on page 34, but I don't know what year it is. If you want to know, I can ask my sister to look through those magazines, and I can ask my sister to look through her magazines, and I have the page number, so I'll just say look for page 34, and so I can tell you what year it was. But it's called Britty Christmas Kitty by Michelle of Brittercup Designs, and this is what it looks like. This is starting to finish. It only took me one day, maybe 1.5 days to finish it. So super, super cute. The called for floss for this was Weeks Dye Works, and I didn't have them, or I mean, I didn't even, I might have had some. I think I had like onyx. The cat is supposed to be an onyx, but I didn't even look. I just pulled some a Wicked Stepmother colors. So the cat I did in Midnight, and then the tree I did in Green River and Woolly Swamp. And then the red and the yellow, I just grabbed some from the Gingerbread House was sitting next to me. So I just grabbed a red and a yellow from that piece. And so he's so cute, and finish him up into a little ornament as a gift. I don't think that person watches my videos. I'm not sure, but so that's pretty much everything that I have been stitching on for the past 2 weeks. Oh, I have a needle here. So next, I'm just going to show you some purchases. Let's see. So I was at Target, and I found this cool rolling pin. And if you saw my last video, I finished Pumpkin Row by October House Fiber Arts on a rolling pin, and so I thought this one was really cute. It's tiny, and it's already got it's got Christmas trees on the ends. The handles are Christmas trees, so I need to find a pattern to put on this. Maybe even something that just says Merry Christmas, but I thought that was really cute. It was only $5. And I also got these tags, so I can stitch maybe somebody's name and put it on their gift, or a Merry Christmas or something. And then I was at Silver State Stitch Shop a couple weeks ago for the UFO Club, and what did I pick up there? I think I picked up 2 patterns. I did pick up 2 patterns, but I only have this one here. I don't know what the other one was, but this is oh, I know. It was a Primrose Cottage. I'll dig that out. But I think this one is so pretty. Emily Call, Peace on Earth. This one has been in my Etsy save for later for so long, but again, I don't normally like to buy PDFs. I prefer to buy the actual physical pattern when I can. And so then I saw that Jessica had this one, so I grabbed it. And then I got this little needle minder from Stitchin' Mama, Kelly. She lives locally to me, and she's a designer, and she has a lot of needle minders. I'm not sure if her needle minders are in her shop or not, but Jessica at Silver State Stitch Shop has a ton of her needle minders, so you can always order through Jessica. And I've got some of her. She has like Halloween ones, and I think years ago I had ordered like a Pokemon one from her. So they're super cute. It's like a fabric covered button. So that's what I got. I also got from Jessica, I got Primrose Cottage, their cocoa quilts, their cocoa Quaker pattern. But I think it's somewhere else. So then I purchased the Primrose Cottage Sip and Stitch box for Christmas, and it came with 3 patterns. This one is called Home for the Holidays. And then we have Cup of Cheer. And this one, it's on the same page as the pattern, so I'm going to try to cover it up here. But this is what the pattern looks like. It's down here, warm winter stitches. So it came with those 3 patterns. It came with a sticker sheet, and in the Halloween box we got candy corn floss drops, but instead of those we got some recipes. They sent us like 4 different recipes, so that's cool. And then we got the finishing kit for the patterns. So it comes with the fabric, the rickrack, the wool again for the back, and there's a ton of fabric in here. So I guess, yeah, I guess the snowflake is for this one, and then there's a green fabric and I guess the checkered fabric, check fabric is for the pillow. And the rickrack is for the pillow. And I guess the green fabric is also for this one, around the edges there. I'm not sure how that, is that a soft finish? I'm not sure, but so we got that. And then it came with some cute charms. And it came with all of the floss to stitch those patterns. And last but not least, we've got this cute little snowman needle minder. Cute. Love it. Love it. Okay. So that was the oh, and then there was a mug, which I had it up here with some tea in it, and I was filming the Flosstube Extra, the Christmas finishing, all of my fully finishes for Christmas, and I had the tea, and the tea spilt all over the place. So during my video, or right at the end of the video, so I ended up having to film that video all over again, because anyway, it was a mess. So I don't know, I moved the mug somewhere else, but it's cute. It's a red mug. It's like a little soup mug, and it says something about Primrose Cottage and Christmas on it, I think. So let's see. I got my Bestitch Me Fabric of the Month Club. I get a 20 count Ada, and this is called Sand Dollar. So this will be really cool for maybe a sampler or something. It's, yeah, here we go. Very nice neutral. And I also got my Garan Stitchery Fabric of the Month Club. This one is Seraphim Fabrics. This is an 18 count Ada, in the color is Davy's Locker. Look at that. Wow. That's just beautiful. I don't know what I'll stitch on it, but it is gorgeous. So I only have 1 more month of that club, and then I think that club is going to end, and then they've got, I think Seraphim and Fabrics by Stephanie are doing separate clubs with Garan, so you can get 12 months of each of those fabrics instead of like, this one was every other month. It was 1 month Seraphim, 1 month Fabrics by Stephanie. But I'm not going to sign up again because I have so much fabric right now. I'm going to keep the Stitch Me, and I think that's the only club I'm going to be getting next year. I also purchased this from Amazon. I just think that is so beautiful. I love the village and the ice skaters. I've never stitched a stocking this large before, so I do have a few other stocking patterns that I like, dimensions kits that I had thrifted. With I think one has a Santa, one has Mr. and Mrs. Claus on it, but I haven't started those either. So someday I will stitch this. Right now, we have crocheted stockings that my grandmother made for all of us, so we don't necessarily need any stockings, but I just think it would be pretty just to hang up somewhere. And it comes with 14 count Ada and all the floss. And I like how this one it's already all separated for you on the cards. You don't have a big tangle mess of floss that you have to separate before you can stitch it. I got my punch needle primitive stitcher magazine for the winter. Some really cute patterns in here. I love this one. Crochet a go. Oh man, Crochet a go-go. I love their patterns. They had a really nice Halloween one in the fall magazine that I really want to stitch someday. And then here's Teresa Kogut's pattern on the back. Oops, don't want to share my address. Oh well. And then last but not least is this bag. So I don't very often purchase bags because I make my own. But I really wanted a turkey bag, and I just have not had time to make one. So I was looking on Etsy to try and find a turkey bag, and instead I came across this one. It's not Christmas either, but it's because it's red, it looks Christmas to me at first glance. But when you look at it closer, it's more, I don't know, it's more spring, summer, because there's mushrooms on it, there's a bird, there's flowers, there's nothing really Christmassy at all on this. Apple jelly. That's cool. Brattleboro, Vermont. But I just really, really love the vintage fabric, and I like red. So she had several others in the same fabric, but different colors. She had a purple one I was really tempted to get. I think she had a pink one, maybe a blue one. So this is Pinny and Tunny on Etsy. So there's that one. So that is everything. All my purchases. I guess that was kind of a lot, but usually the first couple of months of the year, I do like a no buy. I don't buy anything except for my club. And then market comes and that all just goes out the window. So I have a few thank yous and mentions. Jacquie from Cross My Stitches, thank you so much for mentioning me in your latest Flosstube, and congratulations on 5,000 subscribers. That's amazing. I'm trying to catch up on my Flosstube, so this one, I don't know if this was her most recent video or maybe the one prior, but it was probably a month ago that she hit 5,000 subscribers, so that's really awesome. I also discovered a new Flosstuber called Cross Stitch Kim. She lives in Saskatchewan, and she is a model stitcher for Erin Elizabeth, which is really cool. She has a lot of land, she loves horses, and she loves home decorating. So her Flosstubes are a lot of fun. Go check her out. And plans. So I really like to plan, but I'm really bad at sticking to it. Like, I'll stick to it for a little while, and then you know, as we all do, the squirrel comes to visit and we change our course. So I do have a plan for 2025. I'm going to do what I'm calling 5 by 5 in 2025. So I've mentioned in the past that 5 days on one piece is my limit. After that, I get kind of bored, or I'm ready to move on to the next thing. So, and I do have like some 2022 and 2023 whips that I'm still trying to get through. And I have a lot of Christmas and Halloween patterns that I want to stitch, new starts that I just have not been able to get to over the last couple of years. So my plan is for 5 days, I'm going to stitch on an older pattern, like 2022, 2023. So I'm not saying you have to stitch on this one or you have to stitch on this one. I'm just saying stitch on a pattern from 22 or 23, any one you want. So I'm kind of planning, but it's not too strict on myself. And then I'm going to, so that's 5 days. And then for another 5 days, I'm going to stitch on a 2024 whip. And then for another 5 days, I'm going to start either a new Christmas or Halloween pattern. And then for another 5 days, I'm going to stitch on either my Autumn is a Joyful Quaker or my Summer Quaker by Lila Studios, because I want to get both of those done next year. And I still have quite a bit of stitching. I think Autumn is Joyful. I'm still on the September section. So September, October, November. So I still have maybe 20, 25 days worth of stitching left on that one. And then Summer Quaker, I think I have even more left to do. So if I can focus on like 5 days a month on one of whichever one is calling to me that month, I will pull it out and work 5 days on it. And then the last 5 days, I think I had mentioned months ago on one of my floss tubes that I want to do some 3D stitching. So I've never done a strawberry, I've never done a biscornu, never done a drum. I've never done anything like that. So every month I'm going to do a 3D start and finish, and fully finish, hopefully. So I don't have it mapped out yet as to what I'm going to do which month. And I might just do whatever I feel like. I might not plan it out. I'll just whatever I feel like doing, I guess, when that month comes around. So I do have some that I've started stitching, like the redwork pairs. I have one pair stitched but not fully finished, and I have another pair started. So if I'm feeling behind in my stitching, then I can just fully finish something that I already have stitched. So like a pair. I also have already started the funky chickens. I'm still working on the first chicken, but if I can get that stitching done, and that will count as like one of my 3D finishes in a month, whatever month. And like the animal crackers, I've got quite a few of those that I want to do. So that is my plan. So that will be 5 by 5. So that will give me 25 days of the month. That's somewhat planned. And then that will give me, depending on the month, I'll have like 3 to 6 extra days to do whatever I want. If I want to go beyond 5 days on something, then I can do that. If I'm close to finish and I want to take it beyond 5 days, I have the wiggle room to do that. If I want to join a random stitch along, then I can, I have room to do that. Some of my pieces, like my 22 and 23 pieces, are smaller, so I might even get them done in less than 5 days, and so then I would have extra time to work on something else. So those are my plans. I'm just gonna do I'm gonna do a hashtag. I don't even know if hashtags. I know on December 13th they're basically I don't know if they're going away completely or something about you can't follow them. I'm not sure how that's all going to work. So it might even be useless, but I'm going to do like 5x5 in 2025 hashtag. I'll put it down below if anybody wants to join. But like I said, I don't know if hashtags are even, they might be useless after the 13th. I don't really know. So those are going to be my plans for 2025. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I don't lose steam after the first couple of months. You know, market might come around, and I'll be like, "Oh, I want to start that. I want to start that. I want to start that," and then my plans will go out the window. So, but I really want to get some of these whips done. I have, I want to say I have like 12, maybe 12 whips from 2022 and 2023, and I probably have about 20 from 2024. So I really do want to get some of those done. And then I told you all in my last video that I had to empty out this room because we painted, and in doing so I found a box of like really old whips from the 90s or maybe early 2000s. I found some really old whips. So and I still really like those, so I'm going to try to see if I can work that into my plans also. And maybe I will show you some of those whips. I'm probably going to do another whip parade at the end of December, so I might throw those in also. So I guess that is all that I have to talk about today. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate. My son came home from college, which was really nice, and he's on his way back right now, so I always get really nervous because he's not a new driver. He's been driving for maybe 3.5 years, but he doesn't drive a lot, and it's a 3.5 hour drive, and there's like a mass exodus of people, a mass exodus of people leaving Las Vegas right now, going back home to Arizona, California, Utah. So there's a ton of traffic out there, and I just get really, really nervous because it's such a long drive. I get really nervous. The route that he takes, there's a lot of semis, and you know, it's just crazy driving, crazy drivers out there. So I thought I'd film this video and try to take my mind off of him driving and worrying. And so I will upload this one today, and then I have the extra, the Flosstube extra, which I think I will upload on Thursday. So keep an eye out for that one. So I guess that's all I have. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you like what you saw and that you would consider liking and subscribing. And I will hopefully see some of you at the Jingle Ball. I will be in the I think it's called the Southwestern room. I'll be in there for a little bit in the stitching room. I don't spend a whole lot of time in the stitching rooms. I like to do the meet and greets, but because this is my third Jingle Ball and a lot of the designers are the same, and I've already been to a couple of their meet and greets, I might not do all of them this year. I know I definitely want to do Stacy Nash and who's the other new one this year? Pansy Patch Quilts. I don't know hardly anything about those two designers. I don't even know what they look like, so I definitely want to go to their meet and greets and get to know them. And I might do like Stephanie Webb. She's always a hoot. I love watching her. So I'll probably go to her meet and greet. And then I have my class with Tiny Modernist on Sunday. And then of course the ballroom. So I don't know when or how much time I will be actually spending in the stitching rooms, but hopefully I will be able to see some of you and meet some of you. So have a good week, and I will talk to you all later. Thank you. Bye.